Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Star Wars Police. Make sure you force choke that like and subscribe button for all your Star Wars related news and theories. Today, I want to talk about Adam Driver and his comments on the Rich Eisen Show, which he talks about his character as Kylo Ren and how his take on it may have actually, in fact, changed the narrative of the Star Wars post original trilogy. I'll play the clip here on how Adam Driver describes how he portrayed his character and how it was originally supposed to be portrayed.
Which then changed, but his idea was that almost the opposite journey of Vader, where Vader starts the most confident, the most committed to the dark side, and by the last movie he's the most vulnerable and weak, and he wanted to start at the opposite, where this character was the most confused and vulnerable, and by the end of the three movies would be most committed to the dark side. So I tried to keep that arc in mind, regardless if that wound up not being the journey anyway, because it changed, obviously.
So now the big what if we have here is, what if we had a proper Kylo Ren and a proper story written by the same people, or have the same narrative laid out prior to the trilogy being written? The biggest issue that I had with the latest trilogy is that they did not portray Luke Skywalker exactly how Luke Skywalker is. Luke Skywalker is the savior of the galaxy. He saved Darth Vader from the dark side. He redeemed him. He believed in himself, believed in him the whole time, went through adversity, and saved the galaxy. Then we have 20 years later, we have the same Luke Skywalker who wanted to rebuild the Jedi Order, try and kill his own nephew, who is a strong Force user. And to me, that just isn't believable, because Luke Skywalker is, not the chosen one, but he is the hero of the Republic. So the reality is, what if we had a proper Luke Skywalker, and that could have portrayed Kylo Ren exactly how Adam Driver played Kylo Ren? Because Adam Driver is a good actor, and Kylo Ren was a cool character. It just had no guideline of how it was progressed as a character. So instead of having Luke Skywalker try and kill his own nephew, what if it was something more along the lines of Kylo Ren training, has an accident, and then has self-doubt, and then as Luke Skywalker and the other Padawans or the Jedi trainees are trying to help Kylo or help Ben Solo, he then makes a mistake and then kills, one of the other Padawans, and then flees, on his trail. If anyone has ever read the Rise of Kylo Ren comic, we see how him as a Padawan and how he ran into Ren and the Knights of Ren in a flashback, as well as how he runs into Snoke. And I think that if Kylo Ren was portrayed the way that Adam Driver was told he was portrayed, and that the story was a little bit more realistic and believable as for Star Wars fans, Ben Solo turned into Kylo Ren because he messed up, he fell to the dark side, and then he continued down this path of darkness where he was unable to, believe in himself, that he couldn't come back from this darkness that he felt inside of him. And then obviously he could have still killed Han Solo. He still could have done various things that would have continued his ascension to being the supreme leader, Kylo Ren, that we know. And then the first movie could have been, not even him as the supreme leader, but him as a prominent figure in the Force Awakens. And maybe we could have had a parallel story where we had Luke Skywalker saying, "Oh, I'm seeking out Rey Palpatine because he senses the strong in the Force. She awakens her own Force abilities." And then we have a parallel story of Kylo Ren looking for that dark ascension, and Luke trying to save Kylo by finding Rey, who believes that Rey could be the one to save Kylo and go down that path. And you could have flashbacks of Luke and Kylo when they're training and looking for Jedi artifacts on Elfrona. You could have Kylo on his own. He seeks out dark side artifacts to try and keep elevating his dark side prowess. that's how he runs into Emperor Palpatine, or Snoke, or however you wanted to change that story. And he then learns about something maybe from Darth Bane or Jedi Knight Revan, that he finds out about the Rule of Two. And it just kind of progresses the story, as we knew from all the legend stories, all the comics, all the books that we've read, as opposed to just having way out there story mishmashed together that we did. So it's unfortunate that we did get the story we got. I mean, Force Awakens, not my favorite movie. I didn't hate it. I definitely didn't like the latter two, but it is just very unfortunate that we have Adam Driver now coming out, was like 7 years later, saying that they basically admitting that they really messed up Star Wars, and their vision just was non-existent. So that's just my thoughts on it. I really like Adam Driver as an actor, and I think that Kylo Ren had such a high potential. Anyways, that's my 2 cents for today. Take care. Thanks for tuning in. As always, make sure you like and subscribe. And thanks for checking out Star Wars Police. Signing off.